So here's the front of the unit, and you may notice that we can actually remove this cover. So check that out. The cover removes. Hey everyone, Digital David here. Today in this video, I'm going to be checking out the Coway Air Purifier. I did purchase this product myself, and any opinion expressed in this video is strictly my own. That being said, if you're interested in this product, you want to find out more about it, the link to it will be in my video description below. You can see the nice retail box and packaging right here, walking us through some of the tech specs and key features of this air purifier. It's also available in multiple colors. So we have the white version here, but there's also a black version available with a really nice silver accent. So this features 4-stage filtration, and it can eliminate pollutants as small as 0.3 microns. And it's good for rooms up to 361 square feet. Now let's go ahead, let's open it up and look at the contents. Here are all the package contents. First up, you can see we have our product registration information, followed by our user guide and manual right here. So let's go ahead, let's look at that in more detail, where you can see we have our product features, we have our safety information. They're gonna walk you through everything you need to know step by step, the air purification process, how to set it up before use. Then we have our indicators and buttons, so they go over all the different controls and operations of our unit, how to adjust the air quality sensor. Then we have our filter replacement instructions, as well as our cleaning methods. So clean the pre-filter every 2 to 4 weeks. We have troubleshooting as well, if you have any questions. Product specs as well. The item weight, if you're wondering, is 12.34 pounds. Maximum volume of air is 268.39 cubic feet a minute. 77 watt for the power consumption. And then we have the exact same instructions, again, in multiple languages. Next, you can see we have the air purifier itself right here. Check it out. Everything looks great. I love the white with our nice silver accent ring around the front. It looks really cool. All of our indicators and buttons are up top. So let's go ahead. Let's look at this in more detail. Here's the top of the unit. Check it out. We got their logo and branding, all of our control buttons right here. A nice built-in handle at the top as well. You can see our air vent. Let's turn it over to the back side. You can see the back side right here with the sticker with more product information. Integrated power cable too, in case you're wondering. Here it is from the very bottom. You can see the bottom of the unit right here. Now we can look at it from the sides. So here's one of the sides. This is the left side if you're looking at it from the front. It's the left side of the unit. Now let's look at it from the right side. So here's the right side. It looks nearly identical, except you see right here we have our sensor cleaner, our particle sensor. We can clean this. So it has the instructions for use every 2 months. Just give it a nice swab with a Q-tip to clean the inlet and the outlet. So really nice, very easy and accessible for proper maintenance and cleaning. Now let's look at it from the front side again. So here's the front of the unit, and you may notice that we can actually remove this cover. So check that out. The cover removes, and now you can see our pre-filter right here that we got to prep before we use our device for the first time. So now let's go ahead, let's get this ready and go over the controls. So here we go, we got everything set up and ready to go. I want to show you guys what it's going to look like when you remove all the plastic. You can see right here too, it's going to reveal our main HEPA filter. So check it out. You can see that clearly labeled front for you, so you can see how this is going to be installed. Here it is from the top of the filter with the nice arrow letting us know which way it's going to go in case for some reason the front tabs aren't enough to help you. And then you can see inside the machine. So now we can go ahead, we can put everything back in. It'll just gently snap back in place. Again, clearly marked front for you. So just tip it up and then just gently work it in, and you can see it's going to clip right back on. And now we're ready to put the main cover back on, and same thing, just kind of gently bend it up, and then it should snap right back in place. And now that it's set up, we're ready to look at the controls. Here are all the controls up top. First, we have our power button, then we have our speed settings, auto, 1, 2, 3, and eco. Then you can see we have our air ionizer, we can turn that on. Then we have our timer with 1 hour, 4 hour, and 8 hour intervals. We have our filter reset, and most importantly, it's not a button or a control, it's just our air quality monitor. We have a nice indicator light right here. By default, this unit ships with the air quality sensor set to 2, which is your standard setting. But if for some reason The pollution level stays at the highest level after 2 hours of operation or stays at the lowest level for more than 1 hour and the air does not seem clean, you can adjust the sensitivity for your environment. So by default, it's set to 2, but if you want to change that, you can hold down both the ion button and the speed button for 2 seconds. Then your speed indicator button will flash and you'll hear a beep, and it'll just flash at 1 second intervals. And now you can change it between 1, 2, and 3. So by default, it's at 2, which is your standard, but you can adjust it to 3, which is your insensitive, or your 1, which is your sensitive option, or 2, 3, depending on your environment. So you can adjust the air quality sensor yourself. By default, again, it's at 2, but you can adjust it to 3 if you want to be less sensitive, or 1 if you want it to be more sensitive. So check it out, I got it plugged in and powered on. Everything's working great. It's gonna be taking in our dirty air and our polluted air from the front and the sides, and then giving us nice clean air out the back. We have the first speed setting turned on and it's very quiet. You can't even hear that it's running unless you put your hand up here basically, and you can feel the clean air coming out. So with that being said, you may have noticed this flashing blue light. It's not flashing in real life. It's only flashing with the camera lens. So it's a solid blue light in person if you're looking at it, but from the camera, it's gonna look like it's flickering. This is the best, cleanest air you can get. There's 3 different light settings. So we have blue is your clean air, purple is your polluted air, and red is your really dirty and polluted air. So you have the 3 different options. Really love having the real-time feedback. Let's go ahead, let's increase the speed setting. So now we have the second speed setting. Again, it's very faint and quiet, kind of like you just have a small, tiny fan running in your room. Best way I can describe it. And then we have our third speed setting. This one's a lot more noticeable. This is more like a dehumidifier running, but still a little bit quieter than your traditional dehumidifier. So that's running right there. Feel a little bit of the intake, and then it's all coming out right here. So let's go back to our quieter settings. Then you can see, let's turn on the air ionization. So now we have that on too. Don't forget we have our timer that we can set depending on our use case scenario. So maybe we want just to have it run for a little bit of time. We can use the built-in timer. Maybe you want it to run while you're sleeping for a couple hours, same thing. Then you can have it shut off without having to get out of bed. But then we can go back to our real-time indicator to let us know the air quality, and that is by far the best feature, at least in my opinion. It's super quiet, and we get that instant feedback to know if we're good and if we're breathing in the air that we want to be breathing, or if we need to change our settings to get the air to where we want it to be. So let me share with you my final thoughts in regards to this air purifier. At this price point, I think the design looks great. We have good features, but we don't have great features. I think the value would be there if we had a couple of extra features, like the ability to connect this with our smartphones and use Amazon Alexa and Google Assistant. That would be amazing. I feel like we're paying for that feature and we don't get it with this device. Next thing I want to point out is I'd love to be able to have the ability to easily disable the indicator light on the control panel. So if you want to sleep in your room, you don't have to worry about trying to cover the light if that bothers you. In regards to noise and sound level, this is very quiet and efficient, and I'm very pleased with the performance of this machine. The best feature by far is that built-in indicator light, where you don't need to have a phone or anything else to know the status of the air quality. You can just walk into the room, see the machine, and know right away by looking at it and seeing the color, the quality of your air. So really a solid design that looks great, available in multiple colors, very, very quiet and efficient. Some cool features too with the ionization option. But as I'm thinking about it too, it'd be great to have a built-in UV light as well that we can control with this device in the future. So there's always room for improvement, but overall, it's definitely a solid air purifier. Well, that concludes our video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget the product link will be in our video description below. Please go ahead, check it out, and do your shopping from there. Any purchase made through that link helps support our channel at no additional cost to you. So we're really grateful and thankful for all of your support. While you're at it, can you go ahead and hit that like button for us? And subscribe to our channel. We have new content coming out daily, and we don't want you to miss anything. Please go ahead and give us a follow online and make it a clean sweep. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, TikTok, Discord. You can message us on WeChat, check out our website, and join our free newsletter. Thank you guys so much for being here. Don't forget, new content daily, and we can't wait to see you in our next video.